Nissan Bolivinaka, and welcome back to Pacific Mornings with Aggie here on 5:31 PI. We're sitting at 80 minutes away from the top of the hour. You know, a warmer winter is on the horizon for over 1 million New Zealanders receiving either a main benefit or a New Zealand superannuation as the winter energy payment began this week. Now, the government is also updating its care in the community response and providing further certainty and support for food banks and our disabled communities. So joining us now this morning just to speak a little bit more about this is, of course, Minister for Social Development. It is Carmel Sepuloni. With that, I say malo lane. Welcome to the show this morning.
Malo Lele again. Thank you for having me on the show.
As always, Minister, of course, the winter energy payment, it is set up so that there is just a little bit extra for those who are struggling during the winter payments. What is the impact that you are obviously seeing or that you're hoping to see from this?
Well, we set this up as one of the first moves that we made as a government when we first got in. And really what we're trying to do is target more money towards beneficiaries and superannuitants. We know that over the winter months, some people are not heating their homes because it costs too much and they struggle with the cost of that. At the same time, we know that too many of our young people, particularly in our community, and also superannuitants end up in hospital because of respiratory illnesses. And so that is why we instigated the winter energy payment and, have continued it our whole time in government.
Can you break down exactly as to what it is that, the beneficiaries will receive? What's the extra amount that they're going to get during the winter? And of course, over the years though, Minister, have you seen that it is enough to actually cover those costs?
I certainly know that it helps. If someone is single with no dependent children, then they will get an additional $20.46 per week. If they are in a relationship or they're a couple or families with children, then they'll receive an additional $31.82 per week.
Wow.
And that does, support them during the winter months when their energy bills are likely to be higher.
Even with that extra, though, if you feel that, if someone was to come to you and say still not enough, are they able to still come through to the ministry and ask for extra help?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. This is not the only action that we've taken to put more money into the pockets of New Zealanders, particularly those on the lowest incomes. We have done things like increased benefits, lifted the minimum wage, index benefits to wages, because generally they go up faster than what CPI does, apart from this year. And then a range of other measures, including introducing the Best Start payment. It's always been for us about putting more money into the pockets of low to middle income New Zealanders, and that continues to be our focus. And right now is when people need it because of some of the global impacts on our country and the way in which that's impacted inflation.
Minister, you talk about, of course, the extra support that you guys are giving. You've got the care and the community response. Give us maybe a little bit more clarity around the support for food banks and even our disabled community.
Yeah, and so today we're announcing an expansion about that. I'm not sure whether or not I can really give the detail to the expansion, given that we haven't made the announcement. But generally, the care and the community response was our support to try and support families to keep safe, to be able to self-isolate. We knew that there would be a range of things that whānau would need in order to be able to self-isolate safely. And what it has shown up clearly is that food is the number one thing that they've needed to access. What we did was we invested into the community organisations on the ground so that they could provide that support. We invested in over 500 community connectors across the country so that they could reach out to people who are self-isolating, or people self-isolating could reach out to them and provide them with the access or advice to services or advice that they needed in order to be able to stay safe. The feedback that we've received from our Pacific providers has been overwhelmingly positive with regards to the caring and community package. But today we're announcing a further expansion, some changes to that that help us through the next phase.
Absolutely, which I think will be great news for those who are in need of that. Minister, as we wrap up, I would like to know then what would then be the key message for our community of listeners this morning, knowing that we are, going into these winter months, and where's the best place for them to head to?
Yeah, definitely, continue to keep safe, continue to follow the guidelines as they are. Make sure that if you do need support, if you know people that need support, then reach out to either MSD or to our Pacific providers, because all the support is there. Make sure that you give people the advice about where to go themselves. There should be no one sitting at home wondering, what are they going to do when they're trying to self-isolate safely. Also, just look after yourselves over the winter months. It's problematic when we have a pandemic as well as the usual ills that come with winter.
Yeah.
So it's really important that where people can, they get the flu vaccination and just continue to try and stay safe from the colds and flus that are out there.
Awesome, Minister. Look, it's always great to catch up with you. I know time is of the essence for you, so thank you very much for even just jumping on and having this Talanoa this morning. But thank you again.
Thank you so much, Aggie.
No worries. That, of course, is Minister of Social Development, Carmel Sepuloni. If you did miss part of this interview, feel free to head to our 531PI Facebook page. As we head back to, of course, it's time to pay the bills right here on 531PI. Good morning.
With COVID-19 in the community,
Is she on there?
it's even more important to protect the ones you love so they can keep doing what they love. It's important to know that if you're